Okay, I'm going to call us to order at, we used mine, that's what I came out on, 7:01, 3 o'clocks 3 times. I believe everyone is present this evening. We have a sign-in sheet, no topics for discussion. I'm going to run right to the agenda. We have Rachel coming to join us a little bit later. She had a meeting in Malone, and that will be later. So, with that said, Mr. Bro is here. Everybody's got the revised resolution. Did I send it to you even? No, I don't think I did. I don't think I did. You probably should have it, because I don't have another spare. I probably won't give you one. Yeah, there you go. The original, when we're finalizing this the end of last week, as I think everybody knows, was to discuss going to bid on a bucket truck. And I'm pulling my notes out because we do have a numbered resolution tonight. Art took me back, and I think he took Marty. I think you went back. The committee went. Yay, the committee went. And I'll tell you, I saw the truck on the road the next day or two. They were going somewhere. I saw Art right away. I said, "What are they doing driving that?" I'll let you go ahead, Art, and because as a result of some information from Pat, and it's a new topic, piggyback bidding, which we will have a session with the supervisors in May, we found a way to save, I think, a lot of money. Art has a great deal. So Art, tell us about it.
Okay, and you saw the package that were around as far as why we're taking the old bucket truck out of service, as far as the engine mounts and rotted picture, framework and stuff like no longer pass DOT inspection.
You can't just put a board over it or something?
We tried, but that doesn't work too well. And then
Used to it.
with the frame as it is, the boom section of the truck will not pass inspection, which is a real critical issue when you're working with a bucket truck. So in lieu of that, I was looking at different used bucket trucks. I did come across through Altech a 2012 underneath the GSA contract, and you guys have the paperwork on it. On an international 2012, life expectancy is going to be at least 20 years. The last truck we had was 1987, and we purchased it in 2005 and had it for 8 years. At that time, we paid $5,000 for the truck back then. Put in probably $3,000 or $4,000, and we've had it ever since.
Which has, I know it's in the resolution, I don't mean to interrupt you, Art, but it's noteworthy at this point, 139,350
that we have on it, but we're assuming it's gone around the dial long before we get picked up.
Pretty good deal.
Pretty good deal. In this truck here, through the GSA contract, I don't know if you got a chance to send all the packages.
Yes, they just got them.
The only ones that didn't probably have it is the drawing of this truck here. If you didn't have it in the packet, that's the schematics of the new truck. Newer technology, articulated boom on board. We have increased our capability with this particular truck. The price of the truck, as you see in the resolution, is well under. A new truck of that caliber right now is over $120,000. This truck here is last year's 2012 model, and it's at the $89,000 bracket, fully equipped.
There was another one that was 100 and something.
That was, those bid packets I showed you variables. One was $119,000, that was a brand new one. This one was $89,000 for 2012, and then you have some at $40,000, but they have 100-some-odd thousand miles on the truck.
Well, how come it has 0 mileage on it then?
Because it was never left the lot yet.
So it's basically new.
It's new.
It's a leftover.
It's a leftover truck is what it is, 2012.
So you go from 100, that's pretty good then.
So, in looking at it, and also being on DSA contract saves us a lot of time.
It saves us money. We have to do the advertising, we have to.
And sending, and nobody around here is gonna bid on a particular truck, so all our bid packets will have to be mailed out on time.
Where do you get something like that repaired?
This company has service centers all over the United States. They have a service center right in Syracuse.
Okay.
And they will come here to service the truck and also inspect.
They'll come here?
Yep.
Okay.
And in this truck here, they will be delivering it here, that we don't have to go down and pick the truck up. And we brought here, inspected here, meets certification, then we go from there. Any questions?
It's a lot of little things, but when you talk about the ad, pick it up, where you're getting service, those are real dollars over a period of time. And, you know, it just looks like a good package, Tom.
Yeah, well, I noticed that one of the, it said on the working height was 52, and this working height is 42, is that?
No, that one was that particular model truck. 42 feet is more than sufficient for what we're doing.
Well, I just wanted to know,
Yep.
because the other one was it's quite a bit more, so I just wanted to check.
The truck we were working with originally was 28. So this is handle.
So you
Horizontal
can take my plates down that have been up for 20 years, because I can't reach the top of the tree.
That's probably not gonna happen, but, yeah,
And as Art and I talked about, not only with the articulating and telescoping feature, the bucket rotates 180 degrees, so you can literally bring the bucket right into the pole, and then by spinning the bucket 180 degrees, wrap the bucket around the back side of the pole, and do any work on the back side of the pole without ever having to park on the other side of the pole. So you can literally work on the opposite side.
And there was something about the boom also that prevented it from going out into,
yeah, the articulating setup,
like,
when you raise the knuckle of the boom, you don't have to rotate that out into the lane of traffic.
Right.
It pretty much turns within the circumference of the truck. So that's another safety feature with this style of design. If you need higher trucks, you know, 85 footer and stuff, well, that's, you have no choice on it. But this setup here, as far as safety issues and everything else, keeping it within the circumference of the truck and taking up less space on the road as you're working saves a lot of heavy.
Plus, it's gonna cover anything that we have, the kind of height that we have right now.
What's the rated capacity in the bucket?
400 pounds.
Do they also do a training session with delivery?
What happens with that truck, it gives the information here, it comes in with the manuals, the CD setup for electronic and digital, and also has a day training from the company itself, as far as people that will be operating the truck. If they're selected field, there's not, everybody's running a bucket truck.
And that training would include some highway people?
Yep.
Water service?
Yep.
Paul, how does this fit in with your estimate when you started?
We started at 50,000, but that was for a used truck. And we projected it to last 10 years. This was for 89, and Art's projecting it's gonna last 20 years.
That's pretty good.
Well, when you look at the mileage, if you look at some of the
Yeah.
used paperwork that I've given you in the packet,
Yeah, some of the mileage on those
you're
are,
talking 100,000 miles. What they don't tell you in these packets is the engine hours, or the idle time that these trucks run. And the calculation that they use is, for every hour of engine run time, it's considered 60 miles. Okay, so you can add, if you've got 1,000 hours on your hour clock on the vehicle, you're working at almost 60,000 miles on that truck for running time. So that's added plus the mileage if you're going over the road on it. So on used vehicles, you gotta be real careful as far as the mileage and the run time.
yeah.
So
And
you
and it's
get,
really not even at an idling speed either, because you take the PTO would come up and the RPMs would be up on the truck. It wouldn't just be sitting there idling to operate it.
so basically, this is gonna last, as long as we, well, we're gonna need it anyway, 20 years.
Longer than us, Tom.
It'll last longer than us, right? So that's pretty good buy-in.
Yeah, it's a little bit above that, but looking at the availability and what's out there on the market, and it's a much better deal the way this one was set up. You know, we just come across it and got lucky, you don't run into those things that often.
Now, what is this, we have to fill out the bid on?
You don't.
They don't?
Yeah.
We're
Piggyback.
piggybacking with an existing bid. Something we've learned, from Pat that was doable, and we've taken advantage, and we'll save money. That's
And
the
then
process that we're gonna share,
119.
Gary Liberty with the comptroller's office will be out.
Gary Gifford.
Gary Gifford, not Gary Liberty. Gary Liberty lives in Redford. Gary Gifford will be out doing that training because, especially the smaller municipalities, really save, move things along. And the ads, as we all know, in the press are just
Yeah, This
significant.
price is a $30,000 discount from a brand new truck with no miles on it, so.
Yeah, I seen that part, that looked good to me, but I just wanna make sure the height was okay and then the rest of the stuff.
Any other questions?
Well, I take it this is in your budget?
You wouldn't be here if it weren't. If there are no other questions while Art's here, I appreciate you coming, Art, but I'd like you to pull Resolution 310, as long as we're on the topic, let's get this going. There's a little bit of concern about delivery, getting it scheduled, you can't always guarantee, but Art indicated to me today, it could be up to 90 days. So we want to get things going, because as of April 1, we don't have a bucket.
Where's the bucket going now?
It'd probably go out to salvage. Bid what you guys have to put.
So we'll get $50 on that anyway, right?
Tom, you can use that for your Christmas lights.
But I know some people who raise and lower you in that bucket.
I didn't have it.
Needs a copy of
Just when you were talking there was something else about, I guess, or not. So anyway, in the interim, let's say, it might come in 60 days, maybe less, it could be 90. We have a street light, and I'm not as concerned about street lights. We have a traffic light that needs attention.
We've got two options. We can use the 85-foot bucket truck that highway uses for tree trimming, or we can use the county's truck if we have to. In the interim. We have to use for their sign truck that's got the elevated platform in the center.
Good.
So we do have backup.
They have a plan.
I always try to have a plan ahead of time.
Very good. Any other questions?
This is resolution 310.
Resolution 310, request to purchase a 2012 International Terrace Star bucket truck.
Are you sure it's 310?
1310. 13110, excuse me.
The 300,
310.
resolution 310?
Should it be 110?
Yeah,
We haven't done 300, we haven't done 300
It should be
resolutions.
13-110.
110.
110.
Good catch, Tom, thank you. 110. It feels like 300.
Well, okay.
Did the others?
I know we passed a lot
The
of
other ones,
resolutions.
they're all numbered in the 106.
Yeah.
Okay. Resolution 110, Ricky.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh provides traffic light and street light service and maintenance along certain roads, streets, highways, and other public places in the town. Whereas the maintenance of said lights, traffic lights, and street lights is the responsibility of the Building and Grounds Department, requiring the use of a bucket truck. Whereas the department's 1987 bucket truck has 139,351 miles and no longer passes New York State Motor Vehicle Inspection. And whereas Art Rowe, Building and Grounds Supervisor, has received the federal contract pricing quote, GSA contract number, for the purchase of a new Altec AT37G 2012 International TerraStar bucket truck for a total estimated cost of $89,000. Therefore, be resolved that the town board approve the purchase as recommended, and that Mr. Bro is hereby authorized to make said purchase with payment made payable from account SLC 5182.2000. And to be further resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to sign any and all related documents required to said purchase, and a copy of this resolution be given to the budget officer, finance manager, and building and grounds
Have a
supervisor.
motion.
So moved.
Mr. Manick, second.
Second.
Mr. Lemoy, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
and Bernie Bass.
Yes, resolution carries.
Thank you.
Like, when you get a truck, thanks for coming out.
Hang on, I'll get it when I get the
Is there anything else you need, Art, while you're here?
You better tell us ahead of time.
Well, the rest of it's in, you know, we gotta remove the number 2 fuel oil tank. And we've got 2 quotes now, the 3rd quote should be here tomorrow morning, but that's in our, under 5,000, so we're not gonna run too much problem.
Are you getting local quotes on it?
Well, I'd like to, but the only closest one that's local is out of Willsboro. The other one's either out of Vermont and Messina, because there's no hazmat firms around here. Optech used to be here in town, and then they shut the office down and moved to Messina. And the only other 2 that are close by, you know, there's some in Albany, and Syracuse and all over, but Willsboro's the closest, one out of Burlington, and then I did get a price from Optech, so we'll have those for the next work session.
At the point they're actually working on that, will that cause us any parking problems at the court and that end?
No,
Be able to contain it enough?
it'll be done in the day's time. Remove the tank and test the grave site and then fill in the hole. Be back to work same time.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks, Art.
Spring informational meetings. We've had some chat on that. You all have it. I did move the second meeting in the evening to 7:45. Gives us a little more time to at least have a half hour at the first one. The first one is scheduled such that it's usually the quicker one.
That's the May 13th meeting, no?
No.
The 3, I'm just talking about all of them in general.
Oh,
We did that with the second meeting on all of them, 7:45, and based on what you had, what we would propose is on May 13, flipping those 2, so we end up at Cliff Haven that day, and on June 10, flipping the 7:45 at East Morrisville, which is at the Town Hall, East Morrisville, West Plattsburgh, with the Katyville on June 24th. What I have to do, and I'll let you all know, is check with Mel to make sure we had checked on the availability for the first draft, and we'll check again on with those changes, and we'll get that out to you, and as always, we'll advertise it as well in the press in April, which is around the corner.
You think there'll be snow off the ground by then?
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. We got a few good days coming across the house. The good news is we're not in the south, because they're getting hammered again.
Well, I'm not too worried about how warm it is at Cumberland Head Firehouse, but I'm wondering about the other one.
The junkyard permit letters, Debbie put those in. Each year we like to let you have those ahead to know
You
those
did
are
change,
coming up and
you
going
did
out.
change the times on those information meetings, right? The May 13th ones? Get South Plattsburgh first, right?
Yeah, it's looking.
Tentatively pending checking availability of the facilities. I mean, they're available that day, I can't imagine. The only one that's a different day is Katyville. So I doubt there'll be a problem, but we'll double check. So I don't know if there are any questions or comments on junkyard licenses, those are coming. CDBG, and that's another item we have in here. I think I can tell that we did. We were given a little bit of background history concerning Prevost. The company is under the Volvo umbrella. It will be new business. I'm sure it will be misinterpreted forever maybe, because it will be on the Nova campus. It'll be physically in the back of the building. As I've talked with the good people at Nova, it's a totally different crew. They don't plan to commingle them based on needs, and certainly that can change. But it's a new business. This is Nova's Canada presence was in outside of Montreal in Saint Eustache, I believe.
Yep.
And Prevost is in Quebec. It's in the Quebec City area. Again, same parent company, Volvo. But one of the other things I think is exciting about this is it's more expansion of the business in the community. A few of us did a tour of Nova a couple months ago, I guess. And one of the things the new manager mentioned was Volvo's commitment to take a greater share of the market, and was encouraging that. And this, I would say, is another sign of that. Their contracts look good. This is a different product, as you can see. I would believe they aren't building this and going to put buses out in front and say for sale. They already have their market share and some orders, so it's good. It adds to our tax base, it's more jobs, maybe 30, 40 jobs, and does other good things for us. What we've been invited to do, and I've had a number of conversations with Sue Matton. I don't know if you all are aware, her husband, young husband, 49 years old, passed away very unexpectedly Friday. Gosh, she and I were chatting Friday. As far as I understand, there was no rationale for it. He hadn't been ill and was in what they thought was good health, but he passed away Friday and I believe was buried today. Sue's just a great person. I didn't know him personally, but I certainly feel very, very sad for her and her family. We worked a great deal together last week. The short version is that we would be applying for a CDBG grant. This grant will have no bearing on our allocation of grant funds otherwise. It is targeted for training for the new employees. Very typical to what has been done in many situations, including NovaBus. Clinton Community College provided a lot of training to bring the local workforce up to par to be able to work in that kind of an assembly line. Fairly unique to us. Only similar would be, of course, the Bombardier. The other thing that this involves is the supply chain, the subsidiaries such as APG Neuros, and the other one, I can never remember the name, I get it confused with R2D2, CP3G or something or other off the town railroad. They would also be suppliers for this product. So it gives them more contracts and secures their workforce, and maybe even adds to them as well. So it really is a very good thing. The last couple of weeks we've had a lot of activity about growth and jobs. It's very exciting. But I'm pleased, and we'll see more information on that when we get to the resolution, that we'll have an opportunity to play an important role in their coming here and the training of their staff, and I was very pleased they reached out to us to help out. One of the first things you'll see that we're doing this evening will be looking to do an RFP for consulting engineers. There is a list that will be invited, as well as it will be advertised. The consulting engineer will work very, very heavily with Nova and Chamber on this project. There'll be no cost to the town of Plattsburgh relative to the advertising or any other related cost.
Will all come out of the grant?
No. Some of it will come out of the grant, some of it will come out of other sources. We're
So it's a new company.
participant.
It's a new company to our area,
Correct.
even though it's going to be built by.
And it's under the Volvo family of companies, the corporation.
I understand there'll be some, or did I understand there'll be some expansion at Nova Bus?
This will be an expansion in one sense. In my mind, it's a building added to the back.
Right. And
So
an
there'll be
increase
a
in
bit of a
parking
shared
lot.
parking lot, yes. I don't think you'll see any of it from the main road, really. We had the Consulate General today did a tour of that after a meeting this morning, and of course they're very pleased also. Exciting things going on. Anything else? And I know this is just a timeline, but we'll get to that one. Actually, as long as we're on the topic, why don't we pull that right up? If you don't mind, Resolution 107. The urgency of this, and believe me, I spoke with Sue about it last week, because I I would much rather pass resolutions like this and our bucket truck at a regular meetings, but there's again a time sequence. This project is very anxious to get in. They're making great progress with our planning board. I had met with Jim Tooley about this, gosh, almost 2 months ago. The company wants to get this built and operational this summer. So the training money needs to be put in place. And that's why we're here. And when you get in, you know, they've been talking about this for some time. And once the decisions are made, again, until that door gets open, they're basically losing money. There's a lot of money going out for planning and engineers and so on and so forth. So there is a sense of urgency, even if it's days. So Ricky, if you've got 107 CDBG Prevost grant application.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh recognizes and supports the effort to seek and implement grant funding programs that will provide economic benefit to our community and enables the creation of new jobs. And whereas the town board, after due consideration, has determined it is desirable and in the public interest to undertake the necessary steps to prepare and submit a community development block grant application to assist Prevost, a new company in the town of Plattsburgh, with employee training. And whereas the supervisor will work collaboratively with Nova Bus, Prevost, and the North Country Chamber of Commerce to help facilitate the solicitation of qualified applicants for consulting service and grant writing, as well as program development and delivery, inclusive of all related costs for the services. And it be further resolved that the supervisor be, and he is, hereby authorized to solicit proposals and qualifications from qualified community planning and economic development consultants to provide grant writing, program administration assistance, and program delivery assistance for the 2013 CDBG Economic Development Grant. And it be further resolved that the town clerk make available copies of the attached request for proposals and have a published notice as attached with proposals due in the clerk's office before 4 p.m. March 29th, 2013.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Renadat, second.
Second.
Mr. Ramon. Any discussion?
Under the request for proposals, does it assist Prevost with employee training costs with the company proposed expansion of their town of Plattsburgh facility? But you said with a new one, so is that
It's
proper wording?
it may not be, it's an expansion in the town.
Expansion in the town.
What was that on? Where was that, Tom?
Well, under request for proposals.
Yeah, I didn't write that.
At the bottom paragraph, the last sentence, on the top paragraph, excuse me, the last sentence says that will employee training costs associated with the company's proposed expansion of their town of Plattsburgh facility.
They don't have a facility here.
Well, right, so I'm wondering if we're gonna send out requests for proposals, if that has to be changed, or, since this is going out for.
And Rick, don't get trigger happy on this with the assumption it's going to pass, because I do need to follow up with that. I don't expect Sue back in her office tomorrow, but we will follow up.
So I don't know if that needs to be changed or not.
Yeah.
And then you got, that it's under scope of services, provide sub-recipient, North Country Chamber of Commerce, so they're the ones that are going to receive the funds?
They're going to be flowing through the town.
They're going to flow through the town, go through there, okay.
If you're not gonna finalize this right away, the 29th is still a doable day.
And
I don't know that I'm not. If Sue gets back to me tomorrow and says to pass it, I don't want to give her any more bad news.
That would be Friday.
so you're talking about the,
The latest?
Yeah, well, that's, no,
Everybody's
Friday's the
around.
29th.
You get
Yeah.
them by mail here by Friday?
yeah, that doesn't give much time. When are we gonna have
Somebody's
that?
got one done already.
Can we add a paragraph to that, Bernie, that says, RFP is due as decided by Prevost and North Country Chamber of Commerce in the town of Plattsburgh.
Can you just extend the day?
I mean, I don't think,
We're going to have to extend it.
Why don't you just add a week?
We're going to have to extend it. There's no two ways around that.
Well, that's what I thought. That's why I was going through all these questions. It's gonna be,
Yep, I didn't pick up on that.
you can't have it 1 week away.
yeah,
I don't know, gosh, they gave that to me last week too.
I can get it in the paper, but that doesn't give you any time for anybody to do it.
No,
to respond.
You should have at least 10 days.
sure. No,
So-
April 5th is the following Friday.
Yeah.
Change that to April
Let's,
5th.
let's just unilaterally change it. I can't imagine, I mean, it just won't work on the 29th.
Well, that would give 10 days if it gets out.
We
if it
need
gets out
to make it
Monday.
April 5th.
But is it gonna be getting out on Monday?
It'll be out this week.
So is that's gonna give it 10 days?
It may go out as soon as tomorrow. That's gotta be April 5th.
Well, you said you had to contact the other people first, so.
Yep, I do, I will do that.
Do we need to allow some leeway there then?
I think we are, April 5th.
Yeah, you moved it another week, so that should,
I'm just asking if that's gonna be sufficient.
Well, if it isn't, we'll amend it Monday.
Okay.
We need to make a decision so this can go.
Yeah,
I know it needs to go as soon as it can. The 29th is just way too soon. I'll give Joey a call. I don't think that will change the other dates.
well, the rest of it will be all right, because that's plenty of time.
And I'll bring up that other concern on the RFP expansion in the town.
I just think when you're sending out a request for proposal, you wanna make sure you get it.
No, that's a good catch. Good catch. As amended to read due on or before April 5th, the 4 o'clock, we have another bid opening on a roller at 3. We tend to lock the doors at 4. Why don't we do this one at 3:30? I don't think that's a problem either. Let's make that 3:30.
Oh, that'll change. The lower thing is this week.
Oh, that's right, that's not the
This
5th,
week.
that's this week, the
That's
29th.
this
So I bet-
yeah.
Let's leave it 3:30 anyway, that way we're done before the doors shut.
Okay, 3:30.
But that's right, rollers this, the 29th. Okay, the way we've amended this is to make it due on or before 3:30 PM on Friday, April 5th. Gerard, you made the motion?
Yes, no problem.
Paul, okay.
Yes.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moon.
Yes.
Rob Reynolds.
Yes.
Yes, resolution carries, and I will follow up with somebody tomorrow. Okay, you have a copy of the minutes. Please look them over so you can. Again, many eyeballs, get it done better. We've done our CDBG,
I looked them over, I didn't find anything wrong with
then I know they're in good shape.
the minutes. Well, I don't guarantee that, I'm just saying.
You're-
I'm not looking at it again.
You guaranteed it, I'm comfortable. That takes us to another resolution to get the road striping program going. Jim, you have his letter from Al. We need to take spring on this one, I guess. Resolution 108, 2013 Highway Road Striping Program.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh and Clinton County participate in shared services to save costs and duplication of services. Whereas Highway Superintendent James Wood has recently been in contact with Clinton County Highway Department Superintendent Al Rasco regarding the highway striping program for the town of Plattsburgh. And whereas the town of Plattsburgh has appropriated money in the 2013 highway budget for the 2013 road striping program. Whereas Mr. James Woods, Highway Superintendent, has submitted the 2013 highway road striping program attached in the amount of $22,776. Now therefore be resolved that the town board does hereby authorize Highway Superintendent to spend the 2013 budgeted funds from account DA 5110-4300-000 to execute the aforementioned 2013 road striping program. And be further resolved that a copy of this resolution given to the budget officer, the highway superintendent, the finance manager, and Clinton County Highway Superintendent.
Motion.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second?
Mr. Mannix, any discussion?
Just a second, whereas it's been in contact with instead of contacted.
Yes. You read it right.
What was that again, Tom?
Second, whereas, first line,
Yep.
contact, just
Oh,
take off the
Contact
ED.
is what you say, in contact.
Yes. Anything else?
Costs a lot to straight these roads.
Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Paul Lemoy.
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bott.
Yes, resolution's carried. I'll tell you, as I get older or something, the roads that aren't striped at night,
Hard to see.
it's very difficult. Add a little rain to that and some traffic. Especially going to communities when you're not as familiar, that's dangerous. Resolution 109, request to sell Hanson's snow blower to another municipality.
Whereas normal use requires the town to periodically update vehicles and equipment used to maintain the roads in the town of Plattsburgh. Whereas the highway department has a Hanson snow blower, and whereas the town of Shazy now wishes to purchase that blower from the town of Plattsburgh Highway Department. And whereas the town board has considered said request and acknowledges the snow blower needs to be replaced. Therefore, be resolved that the highway superintendent is hereby authorized to make said sale to the town of Shazy for an agreed-on price of $1,700. And it be further resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to sign any and all related documents required for the sale. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the budget officer, finance manager, and highway superintendent.
A motion?
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Renadette, any discussion?
I would just add that the letter indicates it's a fair price, so that was a pretty good resolution.
Yeah, when I talked with Jim, he actually brought in an example of a Hanson general snow blower, actually one that's a little smaller than ours, and it was for sale for $2,000. So they get $1,700 for it. It's a good price.
Anything else? Roll call.
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Martin Mannix?
Yes.
Paul Lemoy.
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
And I'm Bernie Bott.
Yes, resolution carries. Yes. We have a draft as well, which is able to wait until Monday. And that's the end of my regular business, but I'm going to look for a motion to go into executive session to discuss collective bargaining negotiations.
That's the route
I was sure that we can wait till Monday, since this thing might be sent in.
Well, I asked that question, he said yes, because
Because of your previous.
because of all the reasons we all know. Here we go again.
Does it say it's a call that it has to be done by a certain date?
I thought something said they had to register, but.
The cutoff,
There was some concern about the availability of rooms. I told him, I said, first of all, the Water and Sewer Committee asked me if there was any penalty for canceling those reservations, should they be made ahead of time. They indicated no. Water and Sewer Committee advised them to go ahead. We can't
So
authorize, we advise them to go
reserve
ahead
the
and reserve the rooms and then submit the paperwork.
and we could cancel them if we don't.
That's right, since how there's no penalty for that. So there is no need to move forward, the rooms have been reserved.
But as far as we're concerned, the agenda and everything, and things that went through are fairly good.
Oh,
They need
yes.
to go to this.
Yep. Knowledge is power. Motion to go into executive session to discuss collective bargaining negotiations.
Oh, boy. So
Mr. Renadette, second.
Second.
Mr. Lemoy, any discussion? Roll call.
paper. Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Enoch,
Yes.
Paul Moore.
Yes.
Yes.
And Bertie Bodd.
Yes, we will go into executive session at 7:40. I don't anticipate any action as a result of that, and I have no scheduled business after that.